How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Mista here. This is everything that I acquired over the last week at garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and then other side deals as well. As always, I'll go ahead and go through what I got and what I paid for it, so on and so forth. I accumulated a lot of stuff for the collection. Yeah, down there kind of says it all. This is definitely not a typical week as far as the collector grade stuff. I've been hitting that hardcore. I've also got another really nice lot to go along with this too. But I'll go ahead and go through everything, and hopefully I'll be able to make some profit. There was a lot of money spent. This is not everything that I got. There's some bigger items that are outside that I have to store in the garage or whatnot. So I'll go over the things that I got that aren't represented here before I go through all this. I got this like toy metal tractor from like the 1970s, 1980s. Paid $30 for that. Hopefully I should be able to make 100 plus on that. Really cool like toy metal riding tractor. I also got about 6 vintage lawn chairs. I got them all for 12 bucks. And some of them are a little bit worn, like some of the threads are, kind of damaged and things like that, but I've done really well with those lawn chairs, so I got to get them posted here soon because obviously we still got a lot of nice weather outside, but it's slowly dwindling here as we move past the halfway point of the summer. I also got a Little Tikes vintage party kitchen for $10 at Goodwill. Had a $5 gift card, so that ended up being $5. It was complete except for the telephone is missing, but that's okay. All the stickers are intact and everything like that, which if you're ever looking at anything old, if it's missing some pieces, that stinks, but the stickers, if the stickers are intact, that's pretty good because those stickers are obviously darn near impossible to replace. I also bought a TV for $3. It's an old Zenith TV from the early 90s, I think 1994. 19-inch TV, $3 or best offer is what it said on it. So I had to pick it up just because I think I could. It's in really nice shape. I think I could make a profit off of it. But anyway, I will go ahead and go through what I got here. All right, so this guy right here, I don't know if you guys ever heard of. This is a Laserdisc player. Okay, Laserdisc were technology that came out in the 90s, and it was kind of like a midway point in between VHS tapes and DVDs. And I'll give you an example here. This is what one of them looked like. This is actually sealed, okay? Clint Eastwood in The Line of Fire, but they're just huge discs, okay? They're basically the size of a record. Maybe a little bit smaller than a record, okay? But about that size, and they just go into a player just like you would insert a disc, and they just play the movie on there. Really good quality. A lot of people say the Laserdiscs have pretty good quality. Obviously, the 4K and Blu-ray stuff today is better. But for that time, it did last a while. Obviously, they were pretty big to store, and DVDs came out, and the conciseness of the DVDs and the compactability of it kind of was above the rest. But this is Pioneer made the Laserdisc players. They were probably the best known brand to make them, and I actually got a little anxious when I first saw this because I thought it might have been a video game Laserdisc player, which is called the Laser Active, made by Pioneer, and it's really, really, really rare to find one. But it wasn't. Ended up being this. So I paid $50 for this Blu-ray. I call it Blu-ray. They called it Blu-ray too. This Laserdisc player, along with 51 Laserdiscs. They kind of already got picked through before I got there. Like a lot of the obscure horror titles and things like action titles and all those are kind of popular, but I should be able to do well with these. I saw a lot of these selling for decent prices, and I might actually hook it up and just kind of see what it looks like with that. Got this vintage Lego table, sells for about 30 to 35 bucks on the eBay, and this is from the 80s, vintage piece, $3, can't go wrong with that. What else did I get here? Let's see, I'm just going to go from right to left here. So the next deal here, and it would be those 3 controllers. There's a bin of random cords there, which I won't get into. All of these games, okay, these games are pretty good. All right, you can see them there. Those 2 Donkey Kongas, the GameCube system, the PS2, and 64. This is a Super Nintendo controller in the box with everything in there. This expansion pack came in the N64. This was something that Nintendo released that expanded. You're able to play games with more memory, so it expanded the RAM so you could play more games that were more extensive. And this is a Game Boy disc player. Goes at the bottom of the GameCube, and you put this player in, this disc, and you're able to play Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube. Really popular. This sells for about $100 with the Game Boy player, sometimes even more, like $120. So really nice to find that in there as well. And those expansion packs for the N64, those sell for about $45 as well. So I got all those items there, along with the Sega Genesis system in box. That's like a launch system. So when the Sega Genesis first came out, this was the launch system right here. This is what it looked like. And the Sega Master System, which was the system before the Sega Genesis made by Sega. Not as popular in the United States, very popular though down in Latin America and Europe. Really popular system there. Anyway, for all that stuff, I paid $300, which it could have been a really good deal at first. So this is kind of how it went down. The garage sale was slated to be on Friday, and on an app I saw that there was a garage sale all the way in Lake in the Hills, which is about an hour northwest of here. Through this app, you cannot send messages, so I knew I was going to have to get there early, but I couldn't because I was on duty with the kids that morning. I had gone garage selling Thursday, so Friday was my morning to let my wife sleep in and take care of the kids. So I couldn't message them, couldn't do anything, so I'm like, wow, this is going to be lost. So I did some investigation, and I found the garage sale posting on Facebook Marketplace, which does allow you to message. So I messaged him on Facebook Marketplace. He said, I'll message you in the morning, yada, yada, yada. I knew what he had based on the pictures, and then he sent me what he did have, and he said, $100, take everything for $100. I'm like, cool. Go ahead and set it aside for me. I'll be able to be over there late morning, early afternoon. He sent me some pictures, and it was great. I gave him my cell phone number too, just because it's kind of easier to do the messaging and the calling versus Facebook Messenger. So anyway, he calls me about before 9, right before they open, and he says, "There's a guy here. Said I underpriced all this stuff, and he's willing to give me $175." I'm like, you got to be kidding me! And in the meantime, he also sends me pictures that have some incredibly rare games in there. So basically, it has Nicaragua, which is like a really expensive, it's like a $70 game, and then Skies of Arcadia Legends, which is like $175 complete or $200. These games right here, Animal Crossing is like a $70 game, Ocarina of Time is like $60, F-Zero GX $30, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, mature game made by Nintendo, that's like a $75 game. Sonic 2 is like a $40 game. Obviously the 3 controller. So I mean, man, it added up. Obviously the value of it. And so me and this guy had a bidding war while I was on the phone. We went back and forth. I said $260. He's like, okay, all right, $260. And the other guy didn't accept it, which I don't think the other guy knew what was in there, because if he would have jumped on that and kept going back and forth. So $260. So anyway, I'm driving there. I'm about 5 minutes away. He calls me again. And he says, my son wants to keep the GameCube in the games. He found some that he really wants. He wants to keep it, but everything else for $200. And I'm like, come on! I just drove all the way over here. I'm like, okay, how about $300 including the GameCube games? He's like, okay, all right. And there's another guy there that wanted to buy just the Sega stuff off of him for $200. So it was crazy. I finally get there, and he's like, well, my son decided to pull out 3 games. I'm like, what 3 games? And it was basically like $300 worth of games that was pulled out. And he's like, I got to stay firm on $300 though. I got people in line ready. I was really upset. I basically told him that I was, the first bidding war was fine, but to call me when I'm almost there and keep changing the deal and things like that, he had no idea what he had. But you got to do your research with this stuff before putting it out on a garage sale. If I didn't have to watch the kiddos, I would have been there and gotten it all for $100 with those 3 games in there. About $1,000 worth of stuff right there. But I got it all for I got the rest of it for 300, which I'll still be profitable on. Just through my trade-ins, I'm already over plus 100, and that's without selling, multiple of those games, the bongos, and then the 2 systems in there, which will be very profitable. So I should end up profiting, but in the end, it was just annoying. And they also, as they were walking out, the box broke, and the systems fell out, which you can see like some small nicks right there. So it was just overall bad experience. I got my stuff and got out of there. In the end, it's not really worth it, just because I did still get a good deal. It was just frustrating that it kept changing. It could have been, it still was a great deal, but it could have been an exceptional deal. But anyway, good find nonetheless. Also at a garage sale, I asked if they had any video games. She said, I think I got a Wii Fit Plus. The kid said, I think I got a Wii system. I think I got some games. And that is what all of this led to. So he went and grabbed the games. I think one of the Mario Parties was in there too, Mario Party 8. So I got the red Wii system, which is a rare Wii system. I don't think I have this for my collection, so I'll probably end up keeping that. He had a Nintendo DS in here, pretty good shape. But then the great thing he had, there's a Mario Kart, was the Pokemon games. So Pokemon Black, which is like $50 game. Pokemon Black version 2, which is close to 100. Pokemon White, which is 50. And then that Pokemon game is about 20 bucks. Along with this Wii Fit Plus balance board and game, and it's all sealed in there. So I think I might keep that for the collection. I also got this. This is a sealed box of basketball cards that the kid had. He collected basketball cards, and he got these and just kept this sealed. So this is from last year with Luka Doncic as the rookie. And obviously Luka Doncic is having a phenomenal career so far. So his rookie cards have gone up, and there could potentially be one in here. So this is selling for I think $50 to $70 sealed. So I might be reselling this. It's one of those boxes you would get like at a Walmart or a Target or retail store. But really cool grab right there. And then they also threw in this vintage Panasonic alarm clock. So I got all that for $120, which is an absolute steal, because I'll be able to keep some things, some of the Pokemon games, flip some other things, including some of the games, and the Wiimote and all that other jazz, and I should come out on top. Should maybe be able to match, or I should be able to make some money off of it if I make enough what I need to on some of this. But this will make half of it back, which is incredible. Also got, this is a Wii system in the box, black Wii system. Comes with a double disc of Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which is pretty rare to have them both on the same CD. That's about $50 within itself. The system is in there. I think the manual's in there. Everything's in there. I got all that for $25 at Goodwill, and I never find video game stuff at Goodwill that is decently priced, and that was priced phenomenally. So I was able to get a great deal on that. I picked up some DS games for like $1 each. There's 2 under here. So that Virtual Village game, it's like a simulation game. That's like a $20 game, and then the Spyro game is like 25 bucks. So $1 each, couldn't go wrong. Kind of went with the guideline that if it's complete and it's $1, nice shape, I'll pick it up. I got these Game Boy games. RoboCop is like a $15 game. Batman's like a $15 game, and then got about $20 game, $10 game. So $60 in value, pay $20 for them. I'll keep 2 of these games, and then I'll sell these 2. So he says he might have more. Hopefully, we'll see. I got this calculator. So this calculator is a TI-84 Plus Silver Edition. I don't think this works. I think that's what he was telling me or something, or maybe it's just we don't know if it works because it's in such bad shape. But I paid $1 for it, and even as is, I could get 20, 25 bucks for it, so it was worth it. Also at the garage sales, I got this Wii with the nunchuck Wii Fit board, and these games. Also had a stand, like a Wii stand that you would put the system and games on, like a plastic storage stand. So 32 bucks for that. Not bad, not great. It was my first find of the day, and Mario Party 8 should make about half of it back, and then I'll sell this and make about 40-50 bucks off of that. So like with the Wii, like the ones that are highly valuable, or the ones that are most valuable, are the ones with the GameCube ports on the top. They can play GameCube games with the memory card. The earlier models had this because people were transitioning from the GameCube to the Wii. Later models do not have that, so that's a pretty sought after thing there. What else did I get here? I also got some books down there, a couple Harry Potter books and a John Wooden book that I really like. I give that to some of my senior cross-country runners because I'm a coach, so I give it to them as a gift. So anytime I find one for cheap, it's always nice to pick up. I got these tractors. These are they're Caterpillar nice die-cast tractors. So these go for like $20-25 a pop. So I got these for like a couple bucks each. So we'll see how they sell. I've never sold tractors before, but have been doing some research on them and see that they can sell. This was thrown into the bundle, so I got those 2 tractors and this sealed Lego thing. Got it for $5. This sells for like $5-6 bucks, but Lego thing for $1, you got to pick it up. This game underneath is it's like a Gettysburg strategy game. So it's got it's like an old school strategy game, and in there it's got like all these little paper counters, you know, just like a true like strategy game with pieces that's much more detailed. And I got that for $2. It is complete. Should be able to get 30-35 bucks for it. I got 2 VHS tapes here at a garage sale. These were with the vintage lawn chairs I was talking about. Bad Boats, just kind of corny. This Exorcist tape, so this is like a first print of The Exorcist by Warner Brothers. This is rare, and this sells for around 40-45 bucks. Ship this medium mail, be a big return. I got a first edition Stephen King book, which I just get first edition Stephen King books no matter what. And then I got all these wrestling games. These are each about $12-15 in value, and got them all for 10 bucks, complete and really, really nice shape. Obviously the person really liked wrestling. Additionally here, so also at Goodwill, I got this VTech PC mouse. It's like a vintage VTech machine. I got it for $2. It does work. I couldn't find any sold listings, but it was in really good shape. I kind of liked the artwork on it. And there are a couple lists for 25 bucks, so who knows. I got this kids monitor, baby monitor. So these sell for around 35-40 bucks. So I got this for $3. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. And I got this digital picture frame. These are not as valuable as they used to be, but this is like brand new in box. Got this for $7 at Goodwill. Hopefully should be able to make 30-35 bucks on it. Okay, so the last deal here, and before I go into this, I just remember too, I got a box of sealed blank CDs. I got probably like 7 or 8 spindles of them, brand new in box. And then I got a Sony Walkman for $15 at a estate sale down the street. So that should be pretty profitable as well. But here was the deal of the week. So my contact that I got the 3DO stuff last week that you guys saw in the video, in the Atari Jaguar, he had more stuff. And this is might be the best pickup I've ever had. So I paid $300 for the Sega CD games, the JVC XI, which it plays Sega Genesis and Sega CD games. The Sega Genesis part of it works, however the CD reader, the lens, does not work. But still, I think that's an easy fix with those. But obviously, beautiful box there. Jaguar CD, which is complete in box, just doesn't have the styrofoam, so I'm going to be on the lookout for that. But that box is immaculate. Jaguar CD was technically Atari's last system that they released. They released the Atari Jaguar, 64 bits of graphics, and all these companies were putting out these CD attachments and coming out with CD technology, moving away from cartridges, much like Sega did and whatnot. And this came out basically when Atari knew they were going to lose. It was really expensive. They discontinued it within the year. These are very, very, very hard to find. It works perfectly. It's in great shape. I never thought I would ever actually find one of these. Comes in with some of the play-in games, the games that were included in there. So just incredible. The box looks basically brand new. So really, really fortunate for that. Also got this. So this was made by Sega. This is called the CDX system. So this played Sega Genesis games in the back. You can kind of see the controller slot. And it played Sega CD games as well. And it was very compact, which a lot of people liked because the Sega CD attachment was really big and bulky and took up a lot of space. This was like the size of a Walkman, a little bit thicker than that, but it basically functioned like a Walkman, and it played both those games, so it was really concise. A lot of people use these to actually play the Genesis and CD games because it's just a one-stop shop for all your Sega stuff, which is really, really cool. The only downside to it was the 32X attachment would not fit there. The 32X was another attachment made by Sega that was supposedly able to update graphics from 16 bits to 32 bits to compete with some of the other companies that were releasing those games around those times. PlayStation was around that era, just getting started and whatnot. So it tried to, it was a cheap way for Sega to add technology and compete, and it ended up being Sega's demise at the end because it really did not, people didn't want to add those big bulky attachments. But anyway, this is really cool. This is complete in box, which is incredible. Additionally, I was telling you guys about the Laser Active before, and these are games for the Laser Active that he had. There's 7 of them here. Some of them are sealed. These are so hard to find, but he bought these when they were on clearance. I don't know where, but he left the sticker on a lot of these. Like you can see here, there's a sticker there. Or maybe that's just on the thing. But anyway, a lot of these stickers for Electronic Boutique, Babbage's. It's really cool to see that stuff. And there's one on the Sega.